So Judge Meter, I just got word that Killer Queen has touched the record button.
Well, then that's your problem.
Oh, wow, you're not nice today. I'm kidding.
Well, you've been so mean about all these Killer Queen jokes.
I told one Killer Queen joke.
No, you didn't. You told so many about my popcorn.
You know, just were you waiting just to tell the world that I've been doing that?
No, I've been thinking about it all week long.
Why?
Oh my gosh, I've been thinking about everything. I'm like, oh my god, Killer Queen touched my shoes. Oh my god, Killer Queen touched the remote.
I didn't do any of that stuff. I just said the popcorn in the bowl that the popcorn was in.
I know, but you started it all.
It's pretty funny though.
I know it's been haunting me. True story, though, people.
So anyway, we're continuing our JoJo's podcast.
JoJo.
So, and if you're for some reason you're new here and you wanted to start in part 4, this is when me and my co-host from my channel, MrTopTenList, as in that's me and that's the name of the channel, are recording completely just raw audio. Well, we edit the spaces between when we talk and the pictures because it's a video and we still like you to look at things. But yes, otherwise, fan in the background, not exactly sound correction, but hey, it's just us talking for half an hour to an hour.
We do enjoy talking and having you listen to us.
And whose channel are we on?
Mine, Judgment Meter.
And
I have a channel now, people.
You've actually had a channel for over a year now from when this was
Oh
recorded.
my god, it's been a year? Whoa.
Anyway, the point of today is we are going to analyze and judge every single characters from JoJo's Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable, because we're crazy and we want every single character to be judged. We'll be judging, you can basically when I say the character, you can also talk about their stands.
Crazy Diamond.
And we'll go from the hero faction to the villains in descending order of how impactful they were to the other sort of people that used to be evil and now aren't, to all the other extras and maybe even random characters that you forgot about.
I'm sure I did.
Okay, so before we start analyzing all these characters, I guess we should go with what'd you think of the season? What'd you think of the part?
There's so many good characters. And you know what? My friends from season 3 were in it, and that made it even better. I mean, they weren't really in it. They were a little bit in it. But all the characters were good. I like how they started off as villains or misunderstood, and then they became friends. It's like, oh, don't worry. You don't have to hate these people because they're going to be nice in just 5 minutes. It's going to be okay. Just hold on.
Hey, now you say all your friends from part 3. I think some were missing.
I'm sorry. 2 of my friends?
Yeah. No Iggy.
No! Don't talk about it!
It happened. Anyway, before we talk about the characters again, another thing, let's rank your other characters, because there were 3 of these ones. The theme songs, the theme songs went next level this season.
They were good theme songs. And granted, it took me a while to get to all of the theme songs, but now I'm bopping my head to all of them, and I really do love them.
Crazy Noise of Bizarre Town from the beginning, I was pumped. I can't say. The other ones, sure, why not? There's Chase, and then there's, I just call it Breakdown, but I know it's not called that.
Breakdown!
So.
Breakdown! And when they changed Breakdown towards the end, oh my god, when they rewinded it, oh my goodness. That was like a whole game changer. I mean, not really a game changer because it made sense, but wow, really good. Really good remix.
I love, yeah, I don't know if it's a remix or if it's the second half of the song, but either way, I do love all those theme songs. They are my favorite theme songs of any season.
Yeah, when you listen to the whole song, it's the second part.
Okay.
But it's like a remix.
Yes, no, I understand. They remix the images, and Kira's messing with things. Anyway, let's
messing with things. Oh my goodness.
All right, I guess we'll start off with Josuke.
Josuke, don't make fun of his hair. He's gonna get really mad at you. But otherwise, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy when you still make fun of his hair, because there's a nice backstory behind it.
Oh, he's a Hi, man.
What do you
Man.
What do
I'm
you got to
very
say about Josuke? What do you got to say about like how'd you like him as the main character, as your protagonist?
I like him. He's a good friend. He's a good friend. He's a good son. He's like all around good guy.
I feel like he was the first JoJo where we didn't have any issue with him starting off. Like you don't have him insulting his mother like Jotaro, or
I know. I was so mad at him at the beginning.
you don't have him being a snide little uh, swear word like Joseph. I love Joseph, by the way. I just
I love JoJo. I was thinking of who's my favorite JoJo. I'm
it's
like,
it's very it's a hard decision because Josuke
yeah,
might be my favorite JoJo.
hard.
How do you think about Crazy Diamond there?
Crazy diamonds.
He's got to punch things. You weren't sold on him right away because you're just like he's just an inferior Star Platinum.
Oh my God, I love Star Platinum even more in this season. 'Cause he was just even more shiny.
But we get to talk about him in a bit. Let's see. Got anything else to say about Josuke, or is it the surroundings behind him that truly fuel your interest in the season?
He's great. He's a good team leader. He's a great bro. He's a great bromance.
He does. He has all those things, and
He has all of those
and
things.
he's the everyman. Like you don't have him going to all these feats of like I'm gonna go defeat like ancient demons, or I'm stronger than everyone and I just don't have to try, or I'm gonna try to become a mob boss. He's just like I'm just living my life. I just don't want to
Just
touch a
living my life,
turtle.
man.
I want to know how he gets his hair like that. Like I mean, it's like Johnny Bravo levels of probably like hair gel.
He takes really good care of it, man.
I like it when he puts things back together the wrong way out of anger.
He's like, I could put it back together the right way, but I don't wanna.
I also want to know like
I like this better.
how hard is that to put everything? Because I feel like to like restructure somebody's bones to be unfractured takes some time. But I guess they can just I don't know. Does he just say Crazy Diamond put it back together the wrong way, and then Crazy Diamond does it? I don't know. Again, then I guess then next up, you know what? Next up will be Koichi because you thought he was going to be the Joe Bro of the season, and he wasn't quite. He was a Joe Bro, but not the Joe Bro. So we're gonna give him credit
Bro.
and give him second place.
I love Koichi. I love him.
Ko-
Ugh,
Koichi is definitely best boy.
he is best. He's so many people's best boys. Best boy. Ugh, he's lovely.
What was your favorite Koichi moment?
Um, I loved anytime that he went out with Josuke, not Josuke,
Trying to say
Jotaro.
Jotaro. Okay, his real dad.
Yeah, I love when he went out with his real dad, and they had father son moments.
Would you?
And I also love when he got the girl.
And we'll talk about more about her in her section. But and what'd you think about Echoes?
I loved the evolution of Echoes. That was amazing.
What's your favorite Act 3?
I don't think I can repeat the things that Act 3 said on this YouTube channel.
She loves when he swears and spells out the swearing.
That's my favorite part.
Um, I like that. I like that Echoes also has like shorts on.
Yeah, it's like basketball shorts.
Also, what was your favorite Koichi hairstyle? He had kind of the "I'm a good boy" hairstyle. He had the "I'm gonna be Mini Polnareff" hairstyle, and he had the Super Saiyan spiky hairstyle.
Oh, they're all good, but probably Polnareff.
And also you thought at the beginning he was just gonna be like a Yu-Gi-Oh friend, like a Tristan or a Taya. He's like, well, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm just gonna be off to the side being supportive, and then
No, because he looked like Yugi, and then when he powered up, he looked like Yami Yugi.
but you said that before you knew he could power up.
Yeah, because I had a feeling.
Okay, I see. You knew Koichi.
Yeah, I knew him. I knew him from the bottom of my very soul.
My favorite Koichi moment is I don't probably just when he uses gravity. That's pretty cool. I actually no. You know what his fight against sheer heart attack, where he has to manipulate all he is probably my favorite part. And then when Jotaro says, "You're a good man, Koichi. I couldn't have asked for a better partner," and then you hear a cry in France saying, "What?" So,
Ah.
so there's our Koichi. Okay, now we can give it to Okuyasu.
Oh, this is the real Joe Bro.
Deservingly so.
I know they're best buds.
I will say Koichi, we go back to Koichi for a second. Koichi, I actually do like, in my mind, I'm like thinking like, oh, he got separated from like Josuke right away, but I forgot they actually had a lot of good Joe Bro moments together, like the one at the hospital where Echoes decided he had to kill a certain person. Uh, but like when he makes the jar heavy for the nurse, and then Josuke rides the motorcycle through the elevator. But then there's also the scene with like the paper guy where when they're saved they just both like they're just both like, no, we're gonna team up here. We're pissed. So Koichi had some good moments with Josuke, despite not being the official Joe Bro. But anyway, Okuyasu. I love Okuyasu. Okuyasu is just the goofy guy. He's the Kuwabara. He's the Kuwabara to Josuke's Yusuke.
He's so hard on himself, though.
And he also swears a lot.
I do enjoy that.
Oi, Josuke!
Josuke!
And the big joke within the JoJo's community is how he has like the most powerful stand, but he's too stupid to use it right. Like, it can literally erase anything from existence.
And he's like, I wonder where it goes.
It's like, well, he's more like, sometimes I wonder where it goes, but I don't really care.
I love him.
I love his. Obviously one of the best episodes is when they eat Italian food, and just his analysis of the Italian food. The cheese goes with the tomato, and the tomato goes with the cheese.
I feel so shiny.
My favorite. Oh yes, that too. I do, and I like that he takes his dad out for walks.
Aww,
like his brother just wanted to keep him in the attic.
He's such a good son.
He really is, actually. He's got I don't know if he's got the best character development, because it was more like, one episode I'm an a-hole. Okay, now we're friends.
Yay!
And your mom's hot.
Oh, I love cartoons.
I will like, but yeah, and I like all the money on his, I don't know what it means, but I like all the money that he has on his outfit.
Yeah, he has like a dollar sign and a gun sign. It says billion.
So, next up, I guess we'll go for the returning characters here, that are part of the faction. Jotaro.
Oh, Jotaro. Oh, he likes dolphins. I would never have expected him to go into, what is it, oceanography?
Or marine biology, I think.
Marine biology.
I don't know why he wore the dolphin pin once and then stopped, but I like that he just decided to wear it one day. He's like, these are my interests.
Here are my interests. I wear them on my hat.
What do you guys say about how Star Platinum was? I know you were very excited for Star Platinum all of a sudden.
He's so shiny and pink.
I do like that they sort of retconned his ability almost, where now that he has the world and he can freeze time. When he was punching Kira at one point, Kira's just like, he's punching me so fast, it's like time isn't even moving. So it's kind of like, instead of like being like, oh no, he can just punch fast, now that they have like a better idea of what stands are, it's like, no, he moves like time has stopped, and that's why he can also stop time. Forget the whole he just stopped bullets and when he in the jail cell and had star fingers.
Why not both?
I liked the Josuke Jotaro bonding moments, like when they went rat hunting, and the first episode. But like Jotaro, I don't like all these things probably could have been solved with him there, because in reality he dealt the final blow to Kira. He's the one that punched him into the ambulance.
Like what was he doing?
He was
the
just,
whole season when he wasn't there.
He was in the hotel.
He was just hanging out,
like reading
about dolphins.
Something like.
Oh, he was writing his thesis.
Oh, that's right. He was writing his thesis about starfish. I don't know why they chose starfish over dolphins, but maybe just because I'm in like the JoJo's community where that's the big running gag. When maybe he only spoke about dolphins like twice. But we it's kind of like how Kakyoin made one comment about Jotaro's mother, and now all of a sudden he's the quote unquote MILF hunter.
I love Kakyoin.
Um, yeah, but yeah, Jotaro. I also, I mean, his grandfather was in town, so maybe he's just like hanging out with him.
Oh, that's nice. Father-son bonding time.
Grandfather son bonding time. But you know what? We never even saw Jotaro's real father.
Yeah, he might as well be his dad.
But speaking of uh, old Joseph or older man Joseph, here's yes, Judge me, you're getting excited. We get to talk about older man Joseph.
I love him. He has a floppy hat.
I will say, like, in my mind, he was more senile than he actually was, but, like, really, just, like, in his, basically, when he first appeared, and then in his main episode with Josuke, where he bought all the diapers and baby stuff, that wasn't needed. After that, he kind of was just like, yeah, I'm just still, like, gonna spout my knowledge, but I just can't do anything, because I'm frail now. But he didn't, like, outside of when Okuyasu was like, I'm a stand user. You can't stand what? Uh, like then all of a sudden he was just like, no, I'm holding this baby and I'm gonna dispout some knowledge on you.
It was like a slice of life for him in his old age.
And I do like when just for a second we saw classic old Joseph when the baby was tugging on his pants and he yelled, "Oh my God!"
Oh my god!
Um, but yeah, I feel like that was just that was some fun fan service. And for those of you who never noticed, the last thing we saw from Old Man Joseph, or from Joseph in general, was him getting his wallet stolen by Josuke. And the first thing we ever saw was him getting his wallet stolen by Smokey. So it's kind of like the perfect open close. That being said, he's still alive in the canon, to my knowledge. He's just like 100 now.
I hope he
Um,
lives forever.
he
But
better
not
be.
why. Not like Dio.
He can chop off I don't know, someone's body and put his own head on it.
Oh my god, what if he does live forever like Dio because he has Dio's blood?
Oh my, Judge me, you've solved something. You know, I'm sure there's someone in the fan base that's thought of that before, but I like to think you just thought of it. Come here for your JoJo's content, everyone.
Oh, we didn't talk about how Joseph stole a baby.
Yes, actually, yes. Okay, yeah, talk about that, Judge Meter. You love that.
Where's the mom?
So, like, there's fan speculation that the mom was killed by Kira, but I think that's literally just like a fan speculation. It might be canon. I don't know. Might be hinted at. But yeah, you know what? Before we even talk about other characters, let's just give what's it, Shizuka. I just want to make sure. Yep, Shizuka Joestar. Talk about her. She's a character.
I love this baby. Oh, she's so cute. And she loves her daddy.
Her new daddy.
It's canon for me.
And she has to wear. You know, come to think of it, he really didn't need to put like the face paint, the makeup and lips. Like I feel like that's.
It was adorable. It was a thing that he would do.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people do want Shizuka to be like one of the future JoJo's because she could be. Yeah, who knows? Part 9. Like there are drawings of her as an adult, and I think they are canon, or like at least drawn by Araki or someone. Maybe not. Maybe it's just drawn by someone at Shonen Jump, but it looks more official than your standard like internet fan art. But yeah, he stole the baby. I don't know if he had to go to like through. I mean, there's no customs because they took a boat, but I don't know if like he had to like go to the adoption agency. Like, I don't know if they mention it in the anime, but I do know they mention it somewhere. It's either in the manga or the anime that Suzy Q was happy that he brought home the baby.
It's like, I'm sorry, here's a baby!
I like how during the entire Joseph segment, we didn't even talk about how he cheated on his wife.
I know, I like to think that didn't actually happen.
Josuke's just kind of there because Joseph did a sperm donation.
Sure.
It's logical. He didn't, because I honestly don't see how Joseph would cheat on his wife. I mean, young Joseph, I could kind of just like see him being all like, whatever. But older Joseph seemed mature about that, and I reject that part of the story. And we just kind of, yeah, it never happened. That being said, some people like to say that the reason he was senile at the beginning of the Diamond is Unbreakable is just because he was like trying to be like, oh, I cheated on my wife. I have a wife, and then later he's just like, oh, okay, yeah, Jotaro just.
I have a what?
I'm senile around Suzy Q. We don't talk about this, and then then we can just talk like bros, like how we used to.
Aww.
But yes, now the next character, my boy here, Shigechi.
Oh no, I haven't seen Shigechi in so long.
I was so like, because even because Shigechi, I don't really put in the factor of he was evil at first. I could tell he's just a selfish kid. He's happy to finally have friends. Like, he didn't have friends. He just was like hanging out on his own. And then, like, once he started to get money, he's like, oh, I can kind of go be go be cool with all my money. And like any other kid, when a kid's in middle school and you give them a bunch of money, I'm sure they'll go around and act like a jerk and be like, hey, he said these fat stacks. That's a pretty cool term for money. I don't hear that all the time.
Fat stacks.
I like how from the beginning you also weren't even creeped out by how he like has like a Dodoria head, which I was fine with. Harvest was great. I love that stand.
They're so cute.
And like it feels like Shigechi was in more of the anime than he actually was. He just had his episode, his arc, and then he had the fight with Kira, and then he dies. Like, what if those girls that said, don't bother him, he's weird, called the nurse? Or called an adult, or called someone when they saw a bleeding child crawling on the ground with his nose broken?
They were so mean.
People say they're the real villains of Part 4.
Yeah.
Girls. Harvest was a great stand, too. Like, just this that it could. I remember, and he's like smart. Like he had Harvest inject Okuyasu and Josuke with alcohol into their veins.
That was crazy. You should know about that.
Well, when I was a kid, I at least knew what alcohol was. Like, it's not like like a 4Kids dub where like we have to say all wine is juice. Like there was the song like 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Like I knew that. I knew not to drink it. That being said, that was really smart. That was probably my favorite part of the fight. It was a bit gross when he was biting. Harvest was biting Okuyasu's legs. But Shigechi's the man. Oh my! I don't like. I get. I don't know if he had to die. So they could have just. Why didn't they introduce us to a character I didn't like as much? I don't know who they could have sacrificed. They could have sacrificed the guy with the lock.
Oh yeah, that guy wasn't nice.
Or the guy with the mannequin.
That was creepy.
Yeah, I like Shigechi so much. I probably should have done Rohan before him. But it's okay. It's fine. Next up is Rohan, who I also really like.
Like Rohan.
What do you guys say about Rohan?
Rohan had the best outfits. I've never seen better outfits from this. Well, I've never seen a character wear more outfits in an anime.
I don't know. Sailor Moon characters had a lot of outfits.
Oh, that's true.
She had her overalls and anyway. But beyond his outfits, though, Heaven's Door feels like that's like one of the strongest stands. Like, my God. You can just draw your stand. You stop anyone in their tracks. Like what if he hit Kira with it? Like would Kira just stopped in his tracks and could he have just written like I will no longer make bombs on his face? Like I don't know. But personally, Rohan's definitely like one of my favorites. We haven't watched the OVAs yet, guys. So maybe there'll be a podcast just for that. But Heaven's Door, pretty cool. I like knocking on Heaven's Door right there. That's a good reference. How about the time he cut open a spider and like licked it and like observed it? Honestly, yeah, he was just and when he had to and his dance moves with Cheap Trick on him, the stand that wouldn't leave his back.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know he was gonna get out of that.
And the one guy didn't want his back looked at, and he was just really intrigued at that.
I know. Like maybe he just has, some personal body issues.
Rohan's the guy though that definitely doesn't know how to talk to people properly because he just throws Heaven's Door at him right away, and then he's like, okay, they'll forget, it's fine. I don't quite have a moral about this.
There's no consequences here.
All right. Next up, the character I think kind of now every character this season I think really got good screen time. Like, Jotaro had a lot of screen time in Part 3, of course, and same with Joseph, so they didn't exactly need to have big moments. However, one character that, got her own episode, but then after that episode just kind of, like, sunk into the background, Yukako.
She has beautiful hair.
Her hair is more than just beautiful.
It's fierce.
No, it's deadly.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Something something L'Oreal joke. What did you think about Yukako? You were very happy with Yukako.
Because she's beautiful and she's a lady.
There's a lot of beautiful characters you haven't liked.
Mm,
Well,
but
anyway,
she's
uh,
like a regal lady, and then she ends up with Koichi, and then they have a great love story. But first, it sucks.
well, yeah, because she kidnaps Koichi and she makes him eat weird things, and she locks the door. I don't even know how did she get that. Like, did she rent a house? Like, no one questioned where Koichi was. Like, there were no search warrants. Like how Shigechi's parents had searches on him. No one was searching for Koichi. That being said, yeah, at first I didn't know if like I'd be like, oh, she's just gonna go crazy and she's gonna nullify that she is a really cool design. But then all of a sudden it's like, okay, no, now I'm actually shy. I don't know what Durei she was after that. First she was a yandere, but then she was just like, oh, I just I can't talk to Koichi. I'm embarrassed that I kidnapped him and held him against his
Oh,
will
you
for a
should be
few
there.
days. That was a bad part of my decision. And then no, her episode was great. That's one of my favorite episodes of anime. The Yukako Cinderella episode. That episode was beautiful looking. Like I feel like outside of just like having to know a few things about stands, you could just watch that on its own. You could figure out what's going on and just appreciate the art of Yukako. And then Yukako then just she gets with Koichi, and then the one part I like is the episode with the rock paper scissors kid, and Rohan's like, oh, I don't want to sit with Josuke with those three, and it was Josuke, Okuyasu, and Yukako, and I really want to see how that plays out, like that group, because I'm interested to know how like Yukako interacts with anyone who isn't Koichi. Like I want to
Oh,
actually see her just like
high
talking to like
schoolers.
Okuya. Oh, go on, go on.
It's like, high schoolers.
But but I want to see like Yukako just kind of interact with him, being like, yeah, so yeah, that test was kind of hard. I mostly like when she's looking at Rohan and she just looks so pissed off. Like she's just like, oh my god, this guy. Oh, why am I hanging out with these people? Well, I don't know
Also,
what
just my face.
what
Also, that's just my
that
face.
is. Okay, next up, Raimi.
Rainy. I love Rainy. She's so cute. She's so adorable. And she has a puppet doodle. And her story makes Kira suck even more.
I do like how dramatically she shows people like the stab wound on her back.
Look at me! Look at me!
This is what you did. These are the scars you have wrought.
Oh,
But I do like her as kind of like the uh I don't quite know the basis of all knowledge. I don't know. She's just cool. She's cool to have around. I like her being around. My favorite Raimi moment is in the theme song where Chase, the second one, when the camera like pans in on her. Like first she's kind of just like standing there, kind of neutral, like hey, I'm Raimi, and then it like closes up on her and she like tears up and dramatically cries and like as if like why are you passing me? Wait, why are you glossing past me? That hurts. Don't phase through me. And while we're at Raimi here, what about Arnold?
Doggo?
Doggo.
I love Doggo. Doggo's a good doggo.
Especially when he bit Kira to make him turn
I know.
around. I gotta say, I do love the drama of when Kira's like, I know everything about this place. All you have to do is turn around, which I'm gonna make you do. And she's like, you fool! I've been here for 15 years waiting, and Arnold just comes and bites him, and enjoy eternity in hell. That's probably the best of the hero faction right there. We'll get into the more minor parts of the good guys or the bad guys that turned good. But let's go to some of the villains now. Let's go to our of course the best villain, Yoshikage Kira.
The best villain?
Well, compare him to both versions of Dio and Cars of main villains.
I think the most compelling villain.
He is. Well, I was very interested in him. Like, I think that I like first part Dio actually. He's pretty like I think his story's interesting, but he's not as he's just kind of like a selfish kid. Cars, once again, I like the Pillar Men. I think they're better villains than some people give them credit for, but Cars is just kind of like I want ultimate power, but I'll honor my friends and family of the two Pillar Men. And then Dio is just then third part Dio is just kind of like I'm fight these guys. I'll come in at the end and have the best fight in the series. He wants a quiet life, but he has what is it? What's the best way to put it? It's got it.
There's nothing wrong with being attracted to hands.
No, not at all.
Is he wants to cut them off.
There's pretty clear. There's a pretty clear moral issue with what he does, but like judge me. Or what if I was like, I'm gonna go get a sandwich down the street at that place, and I told you when I came back, I said, so like I got a sandwich, but well, there's one sandwich left, but the plastic was broken. It looks like someone like put their hand through it.
I don't think I want that sandwich.
Remember when, I gotta say, the part that creeped you out the most, like that you thought was sicker than anything else in the series, was when he gets the hand, or not the hand, well, yeah, when he gets the sandwich goo on the hand, and it's just like, what should I do with this? Oh, I'll clean it with my mouth. I will say some people, like, sympathize with Kira when people were mean to him, and he's like, I'm gonna go blow him up. I'm like, no, those people were, like, rude to him, but they shouldn't have died.
Oh,
I will say, as soon as Kira, like got his third ability, bites the dust, I was so like annoyed at how much he was winning. Like I was like, no, I liked it when it was with him and Sheer Heart Attack, and like Koichi and Jotaro just had to figure out what was going on, and then they kind of had like, even ground. Well, then once he had bites the dust, it's like he's all powerful. No, and I want him to die, and then Hayato tries hitting him with the stray cat bubble, and then it's like, oh, look at that, my watch broke. And I was like, and I saw that like right before I talked to you one day, and I was like, there's 3 episodes left, I need to finish them all now. I want to know what happens. He's so good at having his plans. But I guess I should count him as a separate character for you, because you have very different opinions between Kira and his stand. What'd you think of Killer Queen?
I love Killer Queen.
I've never seen her love something so much. I have, but talk about Killer Queen.
He just wants to be a simple cat man. Why can't he just be a simple cat man?
Because you know what you want. I know what you want me to say. So there's this funny video on the internet of talking about how convoluted Kira's bombs are and showing his thought process, and it ends with you can say the line Killer Queen says to him.
Why can't I just be a simple cat man?
Because hands make my rock hard.
Can you say that on YouTube?
I'll censor out the word I can't say. I can say rock hard. What was your opinion of his backstory that he revealed at the end, where the Mona Lisa?
I was very intrigued by his backstory.
See, he's so compelling.
I really liked it.
He's so compelling. Like, he's very well written. I think that in part just overtakes, like, I will say I didn't want him to win, but I was very interested in his plights. He's my favorite villain of all the villains that have been animated so far. Main villains. Probably all the villains. Like, he's really good. And he's David Bowie. I liked it when he also bites the dust, and he's like, but I have gained a new ability, and he brushes his hair, and it, like, changes the color. And then you just, like, say, to change your hair color? Like, you're just like, is that the third ability?
Third ability, hair dye.
I guess now we'll go to the other villains. Okay, next up, I'll go to, let's go to his father. Let's go to Kira's dad, Yoshihiro Kira. What'd you think about, Kira's dad?
He was a really, I don't want to say good, I'm going to say supportive dad.
I do like how much he cared about his, like, I don't know, would he be doing all these evil things if his son was just like, I just want to collect my nail clippings all day. I just want some nail clippings.
He would support that too.
Like, I feel like if Kira was a completely normal guy, like, his dad would just be a good guy. He wouldn't be going around stabbing people with the stand arrow. He would just be like, yeah, okay, I'll go help you work on your resume. I'll help you get that promotion.
Aww.
I did like his voice. His voice is actually something about his voice I really enjoyed. His voice is the Japanese, like, Emperor Pilaf. So he's really good at doing, like, those goofy voices. I forget the voice actor's name. Yeah, I actually thought he was pretty interesting. Anyway, next up here, the villain that I don't know, the almost like the fake out villain, if we can call him that. And technically he reformed and he's just in jail now. Akira, the guitarist, Red Hot Chili Pepper.
Oh yeah,
I like he was a very like
AC/DC.
yes, he said ACDC on his hands or on his sleeves. Red Hot Chili Pepper was a cool ability. I don't know how he would have lasted as a full season villain. I'm glad that he was just kind of like I'm causing mischief. But oh my god, he's so freaking cool. Like the first time I saw him, I'm like, oh my, this guy. I really like his design. He's so freaking cool.
He was wearing a onesie, right?
You know, you can never really tell, to be honest. I will say it looks like he's wearing a onesie and then he's wearing a vest over the onesie. There's just something I like so much about like a fighting guitarist or a fighting musician. Like there's Eno from Guilty Gear. There's a few others that I just can't think of at the moment. We did an entire list on it actually. But yeah, I just thought he's just so cool. He's 19? What?
Really?
Yeah, and he wanted to be a great guitarist like Jimi Hendrix or Beck.
Oh. It's good to have goals.
Yeah, he's just. It's a good design. I don't know how he would last as a full villain. He's just got. Otherwise, he probably just would have been like another Dio of like, I'm causing mischief. Fight my friends that are evil. All right. Next up, I guess we'll do Okuyasu's brother, Keicho. That's his name. Okuyasu's brother, Keicho, with his Polnareff hair.
Oh! He was in the film? I want to see that.
The live-action movie is the beginning of Diamond is Unbreakable. Anyway. Keicho, hey. He had bad company. He had army men.
I thought that was cool.
That was a cool ability.
It was like Toy Story.
Or the Toy Story dark version, Small Soldiers. Kind of looks like the main general from Small Soldiers, which came out after this. So, yeah, good fight, fun fight. I guess he had to die. I don't know. Did he? Who knows? Mm-hmm. Okuyasu learned.
I like the flashback where he was nice.
That was we said, or he had to be mean to tell Okuyasu to go back to Earth. You're not ready to go up here yet.
Hold on, kids. We're making content.
And in a way, he was responsible for the fake-out villain here. The guy that, I don't know, Angelo. Next up, Angelo. Did you think Angelo was going to be like the full-time villain?
No. He wasn't cool enough.
Well, I mean...
What did he look like in the film? Oh, hey, that's pretty good. I support. He was creepy. I didn't like him.
What'd you think about Aqua Necklace?
No.
What'd you think about when you and him had an agreement?
When we had an agreement?
The scene where he gets angry that he steps in dog poop and he finds the guy with the dog. So he's the first like chiding him for that, and then you're like still kind of creeped out, and then he's like and he chides him for throwing a cigarette on the ground when it was still lit, and then you just like kind of like go from your horrified face to you're like, okay, yeah, fair point.
Well, you know what? You should pick up after your doggo.
Well, no, you were more agreeing with him that not to throw your cigarette on the ground.
Well, you also shouldn't throw your cigarette on the ground. That's littering.
Otherwise, someone's gonna bite off your dog's head and then spit it in your mouth, and then it's gonna come out your head.
Well,
that was a very extreme moment. Anyway, yeah, Angelo. I like how they just kind of like gave him this intense backstory, and then it's like dead second episode. Next villain, the Rats.
We didn't say that he turns into a rock, but all mixed up.
Okay, sorry. Yo, Angelo, what'd you think about when he turned into the Rock, but all mixed up?
It's so funny.
Is that all you wanted to say about it?
Yeah, and it's also a destination in Moria. Morio. It's a destination in Morio. Like, people go there to take pictures and stuff. They say, hi!
Would you say Yoda Angelo?
I think after a few times of passing him, because first I'd be scared, but then I'd be like, hi! I'm comfortable around you now because you're just a rock.
I kind of like that they gave him the intense backstory, because then it made it like, okay, we can beat this guy up as much as possible, and we don't feel bad for him because he's murdered many people, along with other things that are also horrible. So next up, the rats.
It's creepy. Is this the episode where Jotaro and Josuke are bros?
Well, there's only one episode where they fight rats together, so yes.
Bros.
So I do like that Jotaro's like, this one's ear looks like has been eaten by a bug, therefore I'm calling it bug eaten.
He's so straight.
And I do like when they're walking through the water and Jotaro's just like, whatever, and Josuke's like, I don't want to get my shoes dirty.
Love that. It's a family who loves clothes.
Yeah, it was I gotta say, like, he got like the deadliest ability, you know? How dare he could just melt skin. I do like how Jotaro's like, I'm gonna just touch it a little. He's like, yep, that was that is bad. Can't touch it. All right, not even a little.
That was a bad idea.
And then there we go. They have a fun time to kill rats together. Yay, fun. All right. I think then that's essentially. Oh, you know what? There was the guy who could turn you into a paper. Next up, Miyamoto, the paper guy, Enigma Boy. They call him a lot of things.
I liked how he looked, but I didn't like anything else about him because he was a jerk.
Remember when he got turned into a book? Remember when Josuke gave him the Angelo treatment and punched him into paper, and then he became a living book?
Yeah. The Angelo treatment.
I do like how he had the... Oh, first of all, he can identify anything that makes you scared, but he had the...
Yeah.
I'm going to hide things in this paper, including a paper shredder.
He's such a jerk.
I like how straightforward that was, though. It's like, what can defeat paper? I'm just going to put a full shredder in here. Yeah, cool. I like... Oh, yeah, no, he had the scene where he throws like Josuke gets a hold of his paper and Josuke opens it and then just a hand with a gun comes out of it. Like, out of context, that's probably like one of my favorite scenes. And then I guess, here's another one. Stray cat.
You know what? I like pets. Oh no, wait! This actually turns out to be a good story.
Well, yeah, because Okuyasu kind of adopts him at the end.
See, stands and pets are good, but owners can be bad. And make them bad.
Remember when it surrounded Kira's bubble, or Kira's bomb in a bubble, and Killer Queen was just like igniting it or detonating it, and it wasn't working because it was surrounded by the air? Oh yeah, remember also when he threw the air bubble into Kira's vein?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I hate that. That was creepy. I don't like it.
But Kira just, oh, and how about when Hayato was like, I'm going to use Stray Cat, and then it failed. Oh, man.
That was sad. He tried so hard.
I really don't know how Stray Cat works, like, what the stand power is. Like, it somehow revives him as a flower cat. I don't quite understand it. But regardless, it's like, it's just cool. Let's just let it be. And then when Killer Queen put it in Killer Queen's six-pack.
That's where cats go.
Cats go in my six-pack. That's such a... There are sentences that are even weird for me. Actually, yeah, one other, like, I guess, villain that never truly... Cheap Trick. Cheap Trick, the guy that the stand that loses its owner and then stays on your back, and then is literally... I think it's just really the stand of annoyance. Like, he's just like, hey...
He's just annoying.
Hey, burn the pictures. And then you're like, no, I'm not going to burn the pictures. And he's like, no, burn them. It's like... They didn't say anywhere that like you eventually listen to it. So it's just more like, yeah, just like stop. And I guess as an extension, what do you think about the construction worker, the architect that was cursed with him?
I felt so bad for him.
I did too. He just had his like I don't quite know how to describe him. It was a little weird when after he died, like he shriveled up into like a nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Either way, yeah. Sorry, buddy. Cheap Trick sucks. Cheap Trick is also just a bad stand. If someone looks at your back, you die.
Because it doesn't fight and it doesn't do anything for you.
Truly, it was
Truly, truly, truly outrageous.
Okay, I guess now we'll go into the villains that turned good. Not really a villain, but we didn't discuss him in the last section, and I don't think he should go into like the minor character section at the end. So let's put him here. Hayato.
Oh, my baby.
Hayato, I love how Hayato, it was like a slow burn of how important he became. It's like, okay, he's the kid in the family. Oh, he's figuring out. Oh, he has the evidence. Oh, he's literally the vessel for Bites the Dust.
I know. It's like he became the main character, but slowly over time.
And when he had to be so smart, and he was only in elementary school. He's like, I have to sacrifice myself.
He was so selfless. And at the end, when the mom was waiting for for Kira, for the not husband, and then he waits with the mom forever.
I know, and it's like I want to know, like that was so sad. Like when he's like, no, I'll wait for Dad too. Oh my God, that actually that and the reminder at the end when they're like Shigechi's parents, Shigechi will never come home to his parents. Those are like the two things I'm sad.
I am sad. This show made me feel things.
This is my favorite thing ever, but it made me sad. Now into, and I guess the other guy that wasn't really a villain. He was just weird, but in a good way. Mikitaka, our alien. Okay, Judge Meter, you may react favorably now.
Oh my goodness, I love him. I love his elf ears and elf hair and the way he talks.
And that he turns.
I'm an alien.
And he turns into things, and his first intention is to put it in his mouth and eat it.
He doesn't know the earthen ways.
Do you think he was actually an alien, or do you think he was?
Look at him. He's so cute.
Do you think he was an alien, or do you think he was just a weirdo?
The tissue he's eating, and he's like, I don't know what a tissue is.
I'll let you keep saying more.
I love it.
I usually ask you questions to prompt conversation, but no, by all means, talk about more things you love about him.
I'm just watching this GIF over and over and over again.
She's watching the GIF of him eating eating the tissues, which is a great scene.
I love him.
What'd you think about him being allergic to sound?
I was so sad for him.
Now,
my baby, that hurts. I'm so sorry. How can I make it better?
By ripping his ears out.
No.
Now, what'd you think of? Now, do you think he was actually an alien, or do you think he was just a weird guy who also had a stand power? Because the stand's name is technically Earth, Wind, and Fire, which I don't think they refer to at all outside of in like the eye catch.
Oh, it says that he has a stand.
Well, yeah. Right now, to peek behind the curtain, I just have the wiki open and I'd go to the character page when we're talking about him. But the thing is, that's because that's what the show says. Like they're just going by the show. There's no official. They never officially reveal if he's an alien or not.
So his ability to transform into things is his stand?
We don't know. We don't know if he's an alien or if it's a stand. Like, that's the thing. It's a mystery. Because remember, he said he brainwashed the woman to think it was his mom. But then at the same time, you don't know if it actually was his mom. Just being like, sorry, my son's stupid.
I love him.
No, I love him too. I really do. I think he was a great... I wish he did more, but the time we spent... it was just in the middle of everything. It's like, hey, let's play gambling with Rohan. What do you think about his piercing?
I'm not in love with the piercing, but you know what? His choice.
We gotta do like top 10 aliens in anime, so we can talk about him. Next up, we'll go for Tamani. Tamani, the guy with the lock.
Oh, he was mean. I didn't like him.
Yeah, like. He just got to stick around afterwards. He never used his ability again. Like, okay, it was an interesting ability, but yeah, I didn't quite.
Oh no, he didn't use it, but he brought the lock to the gambling fight.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Essentially, there was like, I can use this to see who's lying. Okay, no one lied. Yay. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about him either. I enjoyed his episode, but okay. Next up, Hazamada, the guy with the mannequin.
That is a lot of straps.
You liked his hair.
I do.
Yeah, once again, like another guy that just kind of did something for an episode and then he was just around. Well, no, they went to see Rohan and he vomited.
Well, you know, Koichi needed a buddy.
Yeah, Koichi, yeah, and then he got a better buddy in Jotaro and Rohan.
True that.
All right, now back to the cool characters. Tonio.
Tonio! They thought he was bad, but he was actually good.
Yeah, we have him in the villain turned good segment just because of that. But Yeah, and he was never bad to begin with. Pearl Jam. And so they say that Pearl Jam just makes your food heal people. It doesn't make it taste good, so that's all his own skill.
Wow.
And then when he thought he was gonna be hitting Josuke over the head with a blunt object when he was handing him a bar of soap because he's in the kitchen.
Wash your hands.
I love Tonio. I'm glad we expanded upon his backstory in the one-shot manga. But what was your favorite dish that he cooked?
I don't know. I just liked how enthusiastic Okuyasu was in the restaurant.
Yeah, I like his hat. I like everything about him. Tonio's great. There's not too much to say about him because he only had one episode, but only had it. And what do we think about his dog? The dog that he was healing.
Aww. Anyone who likes dogs is a friend of mine.
Yeah, like Cars.
Mm-hmm.
I will harp on that scene where he saved the dog and proclaim that Cars could have been much more evil.
Could have been good, but not.
Okay, next up, Aya and Cinderella.
Aww.
Okay, so Aya is the vehicle that created the best episode ever, best one-off episode ever with Yukai. Like she literally had the animation like changed to the whole storybook setting. Like, my God, look at that! Look how that is beauty incarnate.
That's pretty nice.
She was done dirty.
So sad what happened to her. And then we got messed up and more Kira. Well, Kira's already messed up, but we got even more messed up Kira.
He stabbed her through the throat and turned her into a bomb. Like, that was like a point when I was essentially
so sad.
I was yelling to the screen like, Josuke, why aren't you healing? And then I realized as I'm saying like wait, she's a bomb.
Aww.
There's nothing you can do.
That was so sad.
Yeah, here's the part that really made me like Aya was when Yukako was pissed when she didn't put on the lipstick every half an hour like she said, which Aya was like, what'd I tell you? Put on the lipstick every half an hour. And what didn't you do? Put on the lipstick. Okay, so whose fault is this? Somehow still yours. Whose is it?
Somehow still yours.
But then Yukako comes in uninvited to the salon, slams her into like one of the beds with her hair, and then I just like no sells it, gets up like, and then says the like, what'd I tell you? Like I was just like, it's just like, well, that just happened. That was a thing.
I wish she had a longer part.
I do too. Aya can get a one-off. Why didn't you didn't even see Aya go into like Reimi's world like we did with Shigechi and Rohan the first time he blew up? Like, no, Aya is just like, oh yeah, she's, just. Anyway, next up, the kid that played rock paper scissors with.
Oh yeah.
With I have. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really, it was a fine episode. I really just liked that his stand's name was Boy Two Man. That was essentially the only thing I guess when he was so upset that he couldn't use his ability anymore because Rohan rode him with Heaven's Door, he was I'm gonna jump in front of a bus.
That's not the way to solve your problems.
Indeed, it is not. Yuya and Highway Star.
Oh wow.
So in terms of like how much, like, I mean, I thought Highway Star was cool in the episode. Like, he created one of my favorite moments with Rohan's oh, dai koto ai. I don't know how to speak Japanese, so I never quote things right. But sorry, I refuse. But the fact that he actually had a face turn and helped out Josuke, like, and not just helped him out, like oh, I'll be support. Like, he went into the shredder. He allowed himself to be turned into a piece of paper so he could pull Josuke and Koichi out. And then he was at one point doing work on his own. And he had Highway Star with his like Egyptian King Tut beard.
I loved when he teamed up with Josuke and he turned around for the good. That was so surprising.
And I like that he has all his followers and they call him what the subtitle referred to as UDPie.
UDPie.
I honestly like. I would start to actually make a great fighting game character because he would have his attacks, but he would also have his 3 groupies.
Of course.
What did you think about his sense of smell?
That was so funny. Didn't Josuke like compare him to a dog? He's like, "Don't compare me to a dog," and starts sniffing.
And then his Highway Star was also like a bunch of feet, and the feet were sniffing.
He was so creepy at the beginning.
He really, well, he was, and he sucks your nutrients. I love that they use the term nutrients too. Like, they couldn't have said energy, nutrients.
Yeah, I don't know why that's so creepy.
It's like moist.
Moist is creepy.
But yes, I love Yuya. I really enjoyed Yuya by the end. So now we're on just kind of like well, no, some of these characters aren't really that small. They just they weren't as active. First we got Tomoko, Josuke's mom.
She was not in the series as much as I thought she would be.
Neither was Holly.
I know, but I always want the moms in.
Yeah.
Need more moms.
Remember when Josuke punched his hand through her to get out
Yeah.
Aqua Necklace and
yeah. What are you doing?
I liked it when she first appeared and the guy hitting on her said very pretty, and then she grabs him by the hair and slams his head into the car. I liked when she mistook Jotaro for Joseph. And when she also wanted Josuke to stop playing video games, so she keeps kicking him until he stops, and then or until she like knocks the N64 out of the plug.
And was that successful?
It was. Okay, next up, her father, Josuke's grandfather.
No.
What'd you think about him?
He was wholesome.
He really was. I liked his very defined chin.
He was on a bicycle.
He was. Remember, he was done in by his love for drinking after work.
Aww. Sometimes you just need a bottle, Just need a drink after work.
Okay, next up, Shinobu, the Kira's fake wife that...
Oh, no. Sad.
Why is she sad?
No, she's sad.
Remember?
She has a sad story. I don't like this.
But she found Kira... She found her husband more attractive once he started doing Kira things.
I don't like this.
Remember when she fought the cat?
No, I don't like this. Everything about her is sad.
Oh, what about when she... Anyway, going on, next up we have Okuyasu's dad. Well, when he turned into his green blob form.
You know what? That ends happily. So
it really does. Like, I mean, it would have been nice if he could have like turned back into like human.
You know what? He's still happy, so it's okay.
That's true. All he wanted was his picture fixed.
Yeah, and he got it fixed.
Honestly, like his life wasn't bad once Okuyasu was the one that had to take care of him.
Yeah, happy ending. All good.
Like, it just, Keiichi wasn't a very good son. I don't know. Point is, yeah, no. And remember when they went to Tonio's restaurant?
Yeah, I love that part. I'm like, oh, he gets a 5-star meal.
And I like that Okuyasu. Nice. I like that Okuyasu's reaction to everything, reaction to his dad not being healed by the food is just like he like almost just basically does a facepalm like, Dad, you're so embarrassing.
Oh, Dad.
Oh, Dad's being a green blob.
Oh, Dad, just being green again.
Next up, because we're in the really minor characters now. I'm sure I forgot someone. Like we forgot High Priestess on the last episode. Wait, no, Empress. Yeah, I know.
Well, now we're acknowledging her.
Yeah, Nana, her name was, and Polnareff was in love with her because Polnareff. Anyway, but there's your mention of Polnareff too. Remember him?
I love him.
He was cool. I love Polnareff. Anyway, that's essentially what we fill up Koichi's mother segment with.
Koichi.
Yeah, what'd you think about Koichi's mom and sister? As in, they were there.
Yeah. You know what, Mom's gonna say Moms need more love. Just, bring, what's his face here? What's his name?
Oh, wait, Kakuin?
Yeah, just bring Kakuin.
Did you just forget the name of your favorite character from part 3?
No, my mind just blinked. You just need Okuyasu and Kakuin in the I Love Moms Club. Moms need more love.
Next up is going to be, how about Koichi's dog, Police, that unit of a dog?
That dog does not like walks.
That dog survived, though. Unlike, I'm trying to think, unlike the first
MVP.
Yeah, dog. Arnold. What'd you think about the bullies at the beginning, where Josuke rearranged their face?
Wow, we're in like really little characters, aren't we now?
Yeah. What'd you think about?
Ghost Alley residents?
Yeah, I was about to say the hands that took the ironic death for Kira. He got taken away by a bunch of hands.
Yeah, that is funny actually.
What'd you think about like that one couple that Kira killed that they made fun of his nail clippers?
You know what? Be careful who you make fun of.
Not that that's a reason to kill people. Please,
But at least
people,
I have a reason.
please don't do that, everyone. But
Disclaimer. You use fangirls.
okay, we'll put Yuya's fangirls as
Oh my
a.
god, do they actually have names?
Yep,
They do!
it's Reiko, Yoshi, and Akemi. I'm probably mispronounced some of those. Anyway, yeah, what'd you think about them? I actually really like them.
Yeah, I like that they were a thing.
What'd you think about Kira's mother that was in the picture?
She was a lady.
Okay, good. What'd you think about the guy that got his cell phone stolen? Both guys that got their cell phone stolen by Josuke when you need to make a call, and the one guy was on a business call, and the other guy was like, "No, I don't want our relationship to end."
It was for the greater good.
Okay, well, what'd you think about the tailor that worked on Kira's suit?
I feel bad for him. He didn't deserve that.
He really didn't deserve to die in any way, but I like that they in the 2 minutes I knew him, he had a good I could determine that he had an interesting personality because he offered Koichi an animal cracker, and he says, "Just don't take the camels. I eat the camels last."
That's like me.
I do kind of feel bad because I'm like, I know who he is.
I know.
I understand a thing about him.
In Wacky Mac, I like to eat the wagon wheels first.
When's the last time you've had a nice Wacky Mac?
Not in a good few months.
Okay. Well, at least it's been somewhat recent. How about the banker that was going to reimburse Okuyasu, Josuke, and Shigechi?
Oh my goodness.
That was
well, you know what? That it technically wasn't their money, but it was thrown out, so
but he was like really persistent. I also like when he made like a when he like breathed out, he like made like an onomatopoeia noise, like when he spoke, and he was like, "Peh, peh."
I don't know. It's hard to trust high schoolers.
It is. That's true. And Shigechi was like technically a middle schooler too. Which I guess we mentioned him earlier. What do you think about the 3 girls that said, "Oh, don't bother him. He's weird."
They were jerks. My gosh, don't let your kids grow up to be like those girls.
What would you? I'm sure if I saw like someone bloodied, like especially in a school, I would take some sort of action, even like at least get an adult.
If you're not gonna help him, find an adult who will.
The guy that helped push Tomoko and Josuke, young Josuke, out of the snow, that had the hair that Josuke then idolized.
Oh, I wonder who that was.
People just think he was essentially like, sort of a.
Was it just him from the future?
Well, that people think somehow Bites the Dust like had an effect and created a time paradox, but honestly, I think it was just like he was just kind of like a juvenile delinquent with a heart of gold. He was a sort of a ruffian. Well, go on.
Just like Josuke.
Josuke isn't even
Totoro.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jotaro. So yeah, there you go. I'm trying to think. Are there any other animals I'm missing?
That was a sweet story.
The turtle at the beginning.
The turtle.
Remember the one that they smashed the shell of, and then Josuke's like, "I'll heal you, buddy, but I don't want to touch you." Every random Speedwagon.
That's how I knew that I would love Josuke.
That's true. I did like that.
That sold it for me.
Yeah. All right. But there we go. I think we've discussed every notable enough character in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4. Diamond is Unbreakable. Yeah. Judge Meter, what are your final thoughts?
It was a wonderful season.
Judge Meter, do the Kira monologue as Kagome.
Oh my goodness, I really should. Oh, we should. Ooh, on another video, we should really do that.
You know what? Maybe after this, or maybe next time we record something, let's look at the Kira monologue. Let's edit it to be as Kagome, and let's make that the preview for this podcast episode.
That would be so funny.
So stay tuned for the future when we do the Part 5 podcast. But either way, thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next podcast-io.
Bye, everyone.
Do you have any lingering thoughts to say after you said bye?
I miss everybody already.